Yes.
Okay. Recording.
And then we want
Our. All right. Hello, everybody. Bienvenidos a todos. How are you today?
Everybody.
Thursday with Lunch and Learn on the month of May. It is so great to see all of you. It's an honor to be here. And today, I get to be your host, your hostess with the mostest. I get to be here to present. And so I just want to welcome everybody for being here for in this third Thursday of the month where we get to hear our beloved Ernest Holmes and its marvelous talks and radio shows and messages. But before we start, I want to invite a Spanish speaker practitioner as a volunteer to do the invocation today. So for those that you speak English, just make sure you go at the bottom of the screen, pick interpretation, hit English so you can hear the translation. So right now I see Marilena Barraza and Maite Cortez. Any one of you, would you be volunteer to do the invocation today, if it's possible? Right? They might not be available, so who would like to do it now? I'm going to pass the ball to any of our English speakers. Maite. Okay, adelante. Gracias, Maite. Gracias. La invocación. Thank you.
Okay, Maite, go ahead.
Open your mic.
Ok, voy a hablar en español,
Sí.
entonces
I'll speak
para que
Spanish.
puedan poner la traducción, ¿no? La interpretación. Bueno, los invito a cerrar sus ojos
Well, I invite you to close your eyes
y a conectar con la sabiduría
and to
interior
connect
que nos habita.
with the inner wisdom that dwells in
Nuestro
us.
mundo interno
Our inner
está en
world
permanente diálogo con el mundo
is in a
externo.
permanent dialogue with the outer world,
Y las ventanitas que le abren el
and the
acceso son
wisdom
nuestros ojos,
and the little
nuestras
windows
fosas
that
nasales,
open access
nuestra
our
boca, nuestros oídos.
eyes, our
Por
nose, our
eso, el
ears, our
estar muy
mouth.
conscientes de nuestros
And so
sentidos y lo que
being
permitimos que
very much
ingrese
aware of our
nos
senses
ayuda a
and what we
enfocarnos.
allow in
Por
helps
eso,
us to focus.
ahora que cerramos los ojos
So now that we
y
close
miramos
our
hacia
eyes
adentro,
and we look
los
inside,
invito a tomar conciencia de
I
ese
invite
aire,
you
de
to
ese abuelito
become
y abuelita
aware
viento que ingresa
of
por las fosas
this
nasales,
grandmother air that comes in through our
llenándonos
nostrils,
de armonía, de
filling
paz.
us with harmony, with peace.
Y con la exhalación por la boca,
And as we exhale through our
llevemos hacia el
mouth,
abuelito, la abuelita tierra,
we
toda aquella densidad
contact
que tenemos
with Grandmother
como
Earth,
residuo
and we take our
alojado en el
density
cuerpo.
down to her.
Inhalamos por la nariz, exhalamos por
We
la boca.
inhale through the nose,
Inhalamos la armonía y
exhale
la
through
paz del
the
abuelito, abuelita
through the
viento, y
mouth.
exhalamos por la boca la densidad hacia
We
el abuelito,
inhale
abuelita
peace and
tierra.
harmony and exhale density to our
Somos conscientes del
Grandmother
fuego
Earth.
interior que nos
We're
habita
aware of our inner fire
y del agua que nos habita
and of the water that
y de su
dwells in
sabiduría.
us, of its wisdom.
Y ahora que estamos enfocados,
Now that
centrados,
we are centered and focused,
recordamos nuestra verdadera
we
naturaleza divina en
remember our
armonía con
true
el fuego, la
divine
tierra,
nature
el agua,
in
el viento,
harmony with fire, earth,
como
wind,
es adentro ese
and
fuego.
water, as within, as without.
Y nos abrimos a recibir la
And we open
sabiduría
up to
a
receive
través del
the
cuerpo físico,
wisdom
el
through our
cuerpo
physical
mental, el
body,
cuerpo
our
emocional
mental and
y el cuerpo
emotional
espiritual,
and spiritual bodies,
sabiendo que este espacio
knowing that this space
es ya una fuente divina de
This
inspiración para
space
cada
is
uno de
already
nosotros.
a source of inspiration for each one of us.
Desde esa certeza abrimos
From
los
this
ojos
certainty,
haciendo
we open
así.
our eyes, and so it is.
Así es. And so it is. Muchas gracias, Maite. Thank you so much for starting us on the right foot with an invocation. So today we are going to listen to our beloved Ernest Holmes. For those of you that are here for the first time, welcome, welcome to the session of Lunch and Learn. The way that this session works is we'll listen to, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes, sometimes depending on the timing. Today is going to be about 14 minutes and 40 seconds of this audio title, The Miracle of You. And before we start, I want to ask you something. Do you know what is the greatest miracle that you will ever know? You don't have to answer me right now. Just go within. And when you listen to Ernest Holmes, I'm going to invite you to actually close your eyes. And imagine that you're in the same room, because actually you are, listening to him, to his words. But really listen and pay attention. And then when we come back, we're going to put you in rooms. Actually, no, we're going to put you in rooms first. And then you're going to share what you got out of this. And see if you discover that miracle. And see if you discover something different. All right? So remember, the first question is, do you know what is the greatest miracle that you will ever know? Go within and let me prepare to our beloved Ernest. So go within if it is possible. And just take his words into your heart.
This audio comes to you from the Science of Mind archives.
The Miracle of You by Ernest Holmes. Did you know that the greatest miracle you will ever know is yourself? For you are more than flesh and blood. You are more than a physical body, and there is something greater about you even than your mind. For each one of us is some part of what God must be. We have all been amazed at the miracles of Jesus. We have stood in awe before one who drew so greatly upon the power of God that he could give sight to the blind and raise the dead and calm the wind and wave. And now we want to find out just how Jesus did these things. He said that of himself he could do nothing, that he was using an infinite power, and that these signs shall follow them that believe. And he meant all who believe, and in any age, and of all faiths, because the infinite does not know that one faith is beyond another. If then we are to fulfill the words of Jesus, we must come to understand that we too can draw on the same power, a power that is greater than we are, to make our lives more complete and more happy and to help others. Let us too go into the quiet of our own minds and commune with God as Jesus did, and know that we too can strip off all the masks that we have been wearing. What are these masks? The mask of feeling that we have to compete with someone else. Our ego mask that makes us seek power over others. And the mask of inferiority that gives us the feeling of insecurity and inadequacy. The mask of vanity, of false pride. The mask of envy and hate and greed. And the mask of fear and doubt. Let us rip these from our minds as we would tear an ugly... Let us rip these from our minds as we would tear an ugly picture from the wall. Even as we do this, we shall discover that behind all these masks that we have worn is the little child, the child of God, through whom the presence of God expresses the power and the love of heaven. Let us no longer deny our oneness with that supreme being which is the life of our lives, the wisdom of our thoughts, the warmth of our feeling, the love of our heart. Simply and directly, let us identify ourselves with the Father. The Spirit of God is within us. This is the miracle of our being. This is the secret of our lives and the source of power. When we place our faith in this divine presence within and know that our own word is one with the Spirit and have confidence in it, then the miracle of all miracles will take place, the miracle of the manifestation of the Spirit in our own lives. But before this can happen, we must get rid of the masks that conceal the child within us, the child who speaks directly from the center of an inborn assurance, a complete faith and trust. Yes, this is the miracle of life, the discovery of the child within us, the child who has neither fear nor doubt, the child who expects good things to happen, the child who knows by some divine birthright that he is one with God. One thing is certain: whatever our personality may be, or whatever it is to become, is wrapped up in this idea. There is a spirit in man, and God himself is incarnated in every living soul. This spirit within us is the gift of heaven, and without it we would not be alive. It is a recognition of this spirit within us that is the true starting point for the development of our personality and for the realization of the miracle of life which flows through this personality. We often think we have to pattern our lives after the lives of others. But personality, no matter how winsome it may be, or how convincing or how dominant, is more than a mask we wear. It is the manifestation of an inner, hidden principle, a divine spark within us which uses both the mind and the body for its own self-expression. We could think up all the beautiful things to say, or all the wonderful and best methods of approaching people, study all the arts of personality development that have ever been taught, and still fall flat on our faces so far as the real personality is concerned. For personality is not the clothes we wear, nor is it our physical appearance. It is not just a dominant or domineering something so powerful that it brushes everything aside. Personality is the flowering of the spirit within us, the coming forth of a secret relationship that we all have toward God. The people who have had the most completely, no, wait a minute, turn out, what did you put this little sign up for?
Well, because that's your halfway
Oh.
now, so make your pause and go on.
Oh, yeah, but I can't, I'll have to go back to go on.
Okay.
Go back to personality is the flowering of the spirit within us, the coming forth of a secret relationship that we all hold toward God. The people who have the most completely influenced the human race throughout the ages are those who have known this and who have made but little influence or but little well, this is funny. Go back. Personality is the flowering of the spirit within us, coming forth of a secret relationship that we all hold to God. The people who have the most completely influenced the human race throughout the ages are those who have known this and who have made but little effort to influence others. They are the ones who have had the deepest feeling of the divine presence within them. And no one will ever be satisfied or happy or secure in just developing a dominant personality. For those who win their way through life by force, someday become weary with the struggle, mad ambition, the end of which never reaches its final goal. Personality is not an external thing at all. For everything we do and say and think, and everything that we appear to be outwardly, is always a result of some hidden fire burning at the center of our being, some divine reality which we did not create, but which we discovered. I think we can say without hesitation that the person who finds himself in God will discover at the center of his own being something which dominates without effort, something which does not have to assume a false front, something which, by the very nature of its being, is both human and divine. But someone might say, but now you are introducing religious ideas, and we don't want to be bothered with them. What we want is something that can take us into the activities of life in a triumphant way. Now, this is both right and wrong. Right in that we wish to be successful in living, wrong if we think that of ourselves we can add to or take from what God already has given. For while we can and should develop an outer personality, back of this there is something you and I never thought of. We didn't plan it out, and we did not create it. Finding this something is like exploring a new land into which we have not as yet entered. This country already existed before we discovered it. There are heights and depths to our being which we have not even plumbed or known anything about. There is a divine person back of the personality, a unique manifestation of the living spirit, and it is never alike in any two persons. This is proven by the fact that no two persons' thumbprints are alike. No two blades of grass are alike. No two anythings are identical. And yet everything is rooted in one life, one presence, and one power. Why then should we expect that any two individuals are alike or need be? You shouldn't even think or believe that they ought to be, for God himself has placed a unique stamp on everything. We should not study to be alike, but rather to develop what we really are. And unity does not mean uniformity. Our unity with other people never means that we must act and think as they do. All it means is that we should get along with them. We should unify with everything, while at the same time keeping intact and whole that God-given something at the center of our own being, which is the real ego. To find this true center is the end and aim of our search. This divine person within us and within everyone, which, in a sense, has one hand placed in the hand of God and the other outstretched to humanity. For the one who finds himself in God will discover God in others. He will look through different eyes than the one who thinks he is alone. He draws a strength and an inspiration from life itself, for no man can live without God and behold. And since everything is included in God, for God must be the only presence that there is, the one who wants to be the most himself will be the one who has discovered more of himself in that which is greater than he is. At the center of our being, there is a divine person, a unique incarnation of God. This is the source of all real inspiration. Here and here alone at the center of our being is the real creative power. The question is whether or not we are living from this center, or whether we are thinking of ourselves as detached, separate, divided, alone, and inadequate. Each of us has such a center, and we all have direct access to the infinite presence and to the power greater than we are. There could be no more beautiful thought than this, that the divine spirit itself, infinite as it is within us and is without limit. And with this acceptance of God, there must come an acceptance of the real self, that self that blossoms in our relations with others and finds fruit through its own action. Therefore say, God and I are one. There can be nothing that separates me from the divine presence. All that I am, all that I can do is the divine presence expressing through me. The thoughts I think and the words I speak are life, and they are truth. They are life and truth because God is life and truth. Of myself, I give no authority to my word, but the child of God in me knows that the authority of the Father brings the word that I speak into pass. So I speak the word of health for my body, my feelings, and my thoughts, knowing that the Father within me is the power that brings wholeness into being. I speak the word of divine guidance, and the wisdom of the universe wells up as a fount to lead me into paths of righteousness, to make straight and sure my way. I speak the word of joy, and that divine life within me frees me from loneliness and sadness. And I speak the word of peace to the world, and know that the peace of God reaches into the hearts and the minds of people everywhere. I speak the word of oneness with God, and forever strip from my being the mask of limitation, that the true child of the living Spirit shall be revealed in me, here and now. Well, that's that. There are four that we certainly think are good in person.
For more spiritual content like this, visit scienceofmindarchives.com.
All right. So, how was it? Did you close your eyes? Did you listen? Did you discover what was the greatest miracle? Don't tell me yet. We're going to go into rooms. Make sure to select one says join. Well, actually, I'm going to send you to little rooms, and then you can discuss what did you discover, what you got out of this audio with our beloved Ernest. All right. So just enjoy it. We're going to give you for about 15 minutes. I think you could have enough time to really see what you discover in this one. And then we come back, we'll share and see what was the miracle, the greatest miracle. All right? All right. We pause the recording, but ¿dónde está Betty? Okay, Jean.
Just
I'm gonna
pause
send
the
you-
recording,
Yeah, pause the recording.
not stop it.
Let me
Recording in progress.
Gracias, maestra.
mute our microphones. Okay, so all of you to discover the miracle.
Sorry, I
All
cannot
right,
hear.
who wants to share? We're gonna share for
There
a
it
few
is.
minutes. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Perfect. Minute. I would like to share. What did you get? Did you discover the miracle? Whatever. You are.
Yes, I'll share.
Cindy. All right.
I can't find my little hand thing down here today. I'm not sure why, but it's so nice to be reminded. And I absolutely loved that clip of Ernest speaking. And I'd like to know where it was made, or is it just called The Miracle of You? Is that what it's called? So can I look it up? I want to listen to it again. But I loved that he was interrupted. And the very part where he was interrupted, I didn't catch it. And he said it again. And then I didn't catch it. And the third time he said it, I got it, what he was saying. So It was like he was talking right to me.
Yeah, exactly. I like that too. I like that too. I was listening. But exactly. That's what I invited you. I said, okay, close your eyes and really think that you were with Ernest. You were really with Ernest. All right. Thank you, Cindy, for sharing. And oh, everybody, you know that whenever you want any of the recordings, you can go to our website, you can access, become friends of the archive, so then you can access videos and audios and things in material. So if you just add Science of Mind Archives, and then later on, Reverend Kathy will be sharing that beautiful website and see where you can access to it. So all the things that we presented here, that are on our website, and some of them are available for free, but the majority we also have a membership Friends of the Archives. All right. Okay, so next time we're going to Maite, for this, I will ask English speaker to go into the interpretation button and make sure you select your language of English so then you can hear the translation. And this is the cool thing about this, how we keep reaching out. You can have two languages at the same time and you can. All right, Maite, adelante.
Sí. Bueno, yo entendí
Well,
parcialmente el
I
audio,
partially
porque justo
understood
lo
the audio
comentaba con mi
because
colega que
I
también
was
es
just
hispanohablante. La voz de Ernest Holmes era más alta que la voz de la
Ernest
traducción.
Holmes
Entonces lo entendía,
was
lo entendía
higher
muy
than
parcialmente. Tuve que
than the
desactivar el español
interpretation vote.
para
So I
escucharlo
had
en
to
inglés,
deactivate
¿no?
the
Entonces
Spanish and listen
lo
in
entendí
English.
como pude.
So I understood the best I
Pero sin
could.
embargo, es
However,
interesante cómo basta una
it is
semilla
interesting
pequeña,
how
¿no?
a
Para
small seed is
para que
enough
crezca un árbol.
for
Y
a
no
tree
sentí
to
eso,
grow.
¿no? Sentí
And
que
that's what I felt. I felt that
la semilla que dejó
the
Ernest Holmes
seed
hoy
that
día
Holmes
fue que
planted is
Dios
today
está en todos. O
that
sea,
God is within
pero
all of
eso que
us.
parece ser como
But
sí, ya
that
lo sé,
which seems to be something like,
cuando
yes,
lo
I know.
confronto con las
When
personas que
when
no
I
me
confront
agradan, es
that and
diferente.
with the people that I
Porque
don't
claro,
like,
es como,
it's different.
¿cómo Dios va a estar en esa
Because
persona que es tan
how can
desagradable?
God be
Es
in that
imposible, no
person
puede
who's
ser, pero sí
so
está ahí en esa persona.
disappointing
Entonces
or
yo me
so
ponía a
whatever
pensar
person is?
con las
But
personas que me
yes, it
desagradan
can. So
actualmente,
I
yo
started
digo,
thinking of
sí,
those
Dios está
people that
ahí,
I
pero
dislike, and I said, yes,
he
God is
aprendido
there.
algo que ya
I have learned
desarrollando, ¿no?
something that,
Esta
you know,
semilla. Yo decía,
in
claro, hay
developing
personas
this
que me
seed,
desagradan,
I say,
unas
yes,
para
some
ampliar
people
mi zona de
disappoint me.
confort. Es
One,
decir, me
to
desagrada la
extend
persona, me
my
desagrada lo que
comfort
estoy
zone.
sintiendo,
Yes, I don't
pero
like the
su
person. I
presencia,
don't like
su
what I'm
malestar
feeling.
me
But their
genera una
presence
ampliación de mi zona de
creates
confort
an
y
extension
yo
of my comfort
evoluciono
zone.
hacia una mayor
And thus
conciencia.
I
Pero
evolve
hay otras
toward a
personas que
greater
también me
awareness.
incomodan,
But
pero
there are
vienen para
other
que
people
yo
that also
reafirme
upset
que
me,
necesito
and they are
decirles,
here
no,
to
hasta ahí nomás puedes llegar.
reaffirm
Es decir,
my
vienen para que yo les
saying,
ponga el
hey,
límite.
this is the limit.
Entonces, que una
No
persona
further
sea
than this.
diferente y que
So
una
the
persona
fact that
también tenga la
one
divinidad
person is
dentro no
different
significa que yo tengo que decir,
doesn't is different
oh,
doesn't
todos
mean that I
somos
have to
hijos de
say,
Dios.
ah, we are
No,
all the
a
children
unos les
of
tengo que
God.
decir
No.
gracias por
To
ampliar
one
mi
of
zona de
them,
confort
I need to
y
say thank you for
crecer,
expanding
aunque me
my
moleste lo que me
comfort
estás
zone.
diciendo, estoy
And
creciendo.
and
Y a
if,
otro le tengo que
in
decir,
spite of my discomfort,
ya
I will
no, pero
grow.
respeto tu punto de vista,
And some
pero ya
others, I
no,
will
stop.
say
Entonces,
no further.
me parece lindo cómo Holmes,
So
la
I think
sabiduría
it
de
is
Holmes,
beautiful
hasta con
how
una pequeña
Holmes'
semillita puede
wisdom
permitirnos crecer
may
tanto.
allow
Y
us,
eso le
even
quería
with this
agradecer. Muchas
small
gracias por
seed.
este espacio.
And thank you so
Gracias, Maite.
much.
Gracias,
Thank
Maite.
you for this space.
All
Thank you
right.
for sharing.
Who else wants to share? Anybody? Let me see if I see the hands over there. Thank you. Anybody? Come on, I know you like to share. Come on, we're in a room full of like practitioners and ministers today. People, come on.
No
I
one's
can't
sharing,
believe
so
you
I'll
people
just
will not share, especially in this, the miracle of you. Really? Okay, there it comes. Thank you, Sammy. All right, I'm bringing you to the spot.
Okay, very
All
good.
right.
I just wanted to say what has already been said, though, that it was delightful to hear Ernest Holmes, uh, with the interruption and the kind of coughing and saying, what was that? And just being a real person. And Barbara Holloway had mentioned in our group that it made him seem like he was just sitting right here with us, making the recording and then pausing and saying something. It was just very fascinating. But also the message, the miracle, greatest miracle, which you made very clear up front, the greatest miracle you will ever know is yourself. And I think that's a great reminder that um, of something else he said. At one point, he said, not in this recording, but elsewhere in the writing, is we don't say that you're God. You didn't make yourself, but we say that there is a power in the universe that is greater than we are, and we can use it, and it is working through us. And at any time on our journey, with all of our different challenges and things that we have to meet, we can call on God in prayer, and we experience growth. And so, anyway, it's just very, very great to hear his messages, and I appreciate them being shared on this meeting.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Yes, we gotta remind ourselves who the miracle is, right? Because sometimes we hear it and sometimes we forget it. So we really have to remember who is the miracle. Thank you. All right, Regina, and that will be our last sharing because we have some important news that Reverend Kathy will be.
Thank you. I just wanted to say when you opened, before he began speaking, it is, first of all, a wonderful recording. And I too want to go to the shop and hope I can find a way to buy it and hear it again. But when you said at the beginning, what does the title of today's session mean to you? The words that came to my mind were "be here now." And originally that was Ram Dass's phrase, but for me, it means to be present now, because the gift, and I think of this every single day, even when I do things that are mistakes and thought processes that really aren't very positive, I'll shift suddenly and say, I'm here now. This is the miracle. I'm like, God is in me. So what really and truly do I need to think about instead of all this other rubbish that's going through my head or distracting me? And so today's session, listening to his words, was so appropriate to me, so absolutely like a 0 point for the way we're meant to live. And I just loved hearing it. So thank you for it.
Thank you. Thank you, Regina. Yes, and miracle is the present time of life, right? And that recognizing who we are. Part of the talk had said, stop pretending that we want to be somebody else, or we can be us. There is only one of Regina, one of Sam, one. There is nobody else. We are, as he said, we are an individualization of the spirit, and yet we all are part of the one. So thank you so much for being here every month on the third one. Don't forget. Yeah. Without you, we can't do this. So thanks to all of you. Now I'm going to give the microphone to our beloved executive director, Kathy Mastriani. She is going to share some important news with.
Thank you, Mirna, and thank you, everyone. So Mirna is on our board of directors, and we're so grateful to have her light and her excitement and wisdom we've been working on our strategic plan, and an important part is global outreach. And so I do want to extend an invitation. If this is like touches your heart, so we can have more of these translated items, and we want to go across cultures around the world. We really want to share this. And so if that's a passion of yours, we invite you to join us. And we're also just looking for volunteers in general. You can be remote, you can be on site. Betty is our new executive assistant. And so we're ready. We're ready. We have some lovely projects for people from data entry to being on committees to really help us again, to preserve our history, protect it, and to make it available for everyone. And so I am going to share my screen, and we're going to head over to the website, scienceofmindarchives.com. And people were asking about this audio recording. And so this is one of your favorite little buttons. It's this little hourglass on the right. And I just pick a unique word. And so I'll look up miracle. And it knows I already looked for it. That's okay. And so there's a few, the miracle of you. And then there's also the transcription of it. And then miracle of everyday living. We have more miracles. Miracle of motherly love. You know, you can see there's 5 pages of results just in the word miracles. So Ernest Holmes is our friend. And it's just, so I am logged in with my account. And the audio recordings are when you're a friend of the archives, or if you have a website subscription. So you can go here to join to be a friend, which is really easy, and it really supports our sacred work. We have great work to do, and it takes all of us together making this happen. And we have monthly and annual memberships, you know, and just a simple website subscription. If you click on individual, you can see it's just a little less, and you just click here, and it's easy to do. But the audio recordings are if you have a website subscription or if you're a friend. So anyways, on our homepage, we do our best to keep it fresh. So this is our freshest, exciting thing. We're doing a special film premiere on June 4th. So it'll be before our next Lunch and Learn. So there's this incredible, it's like a documentary. It's the science of Ernest's mind. This practitioner named Sue Ruda just was so inspired by Dr. Holmes that she brought together these folks. And it's like, who is Ernest Holmes? You know, how does he think? How did he act? Who is he as a person? And so there's like real featuring reenactments by today's spiritual leaders. So someone plays Ernest Holmes, someone plays his friend, his brother Fenwick. It's going to be an awesome, fun movie. And if you're a friend, you should have received a personal email invitation. If you didn't, please email us and let us know. We're still sending some out. But that's another benefit of being a friend is we're doing some fun events, at least 2 or 3 a year. And this is one of them. It's coming up June 4th. And if you just want to come, and you could just click here on the image, and it's easy peasy. It's just $25 to come. And it's going to be, again, on Thursday, June 4th at 6 p.m. Central Time, if you do your math. And so that's easy to don't tell your friends. And what we're going to do after this premiere of it is we're going to make it available for centers. So we're going to find a way that a center can get that very private link. And so they could have their own movie night at your center and share it. Yeah, have fun. Let's have fun with this stuff. So that's, I think those are the main things I wanted to share. As you know, just check out the website as usual. And if you should be signed up for our newsletter already. And I like this little friendly reminder. If you can't find the Zoom link, come to the website, go to resources, lunch and learn series, and click right there, and they'll take you straight to the Zoom. So we have a number of ways. I can't find that email. Oh no. Probably all of you are very organized with your emails, but sometimes you're like, where's that email? Come to our website. So anyway, thank you all for being here. We're just so grateful. This is so fun to do every month. We're in our going on our 4th year of doing this and expanding it for the 2nd year with the Spanish translation, thanks to Mirna and Lorenza. We're so grateful for. I'm going to hand it back to Mirna.
Thank you so much, Reverend Kathy. Yes, I hope that we can do this in both languages. And as you were saying, we can do it in more, right? So if you would speak a different language and want that to share to the community, yes, let us know. So we're going to close. We have come to an end. And thank you so much for joining us. Join us also at the movie and at 4, all that, so you don't forget. And I just want to close with a few lines that I really enjoy from The Miracle of You, because that will invite us to remember, as Sam here, Regina, and all of you that share. It's not something that we have to just think, we have to bring it in every time. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. Just take these words with you. Therefore, say God and I are one. There can be nothing that separates me from the divine presence. All that I am, all that I can do is the divine presence expressing through me. The thoughts I think and the words I speak are life and they are truth. They are life and truth, because God is life and truth. So with that, we just remember that each and every day, that there is no separation, that God and I are one. That's the miracle of you. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. See you June 4th. See you the 3rd Thursday. And remember, yes, God and I are one. All of them. So, all right. Hasta la vista.
Thank you.
Bye, all. Have a great day.
Thanks so much for what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you.